Hello everyone, Nick the DM here with another video. Today I want to let all of the maniacal DMs out there in on one little trick for making Drow that much more threatening to the party. So, let's get into it. Now, Drow, just as they are, can make so many great encounters. They're intelligent, tactical, violent, and great martial fighters, and that's just the basic Drow. There's also the specialized mages, priestesses, expert fighters, and other Drow within the hierarchy. But I'm not going to analyze every Drow stat block today. No, I'm just here to give one tip to make any Drow the most nightmarish enemy for your players to fight. One distinguishing feature of the Drow is their innate spellcasting ability, which allows them to cast Dancing Lights at will, and once per day each, Darkness, Fairy Fire, and, for all Drow other than the basic stat block, Levitate on themselves. But the main spell that interests me today is Darkness. Darkness makes a sphere of darkness with a 15-foot radius anywhere within 60 feet of the caster. What is unique about this darkness is that creatures with dark vision cannot see through this, and non-magical light can't light up the area. This works in the Drow's favor because it means that they can not only use the darkness spell on other creatures, but on other Drow as well. Because while they have superior dark vision to other races, they still can't see within the globe of darkness. Now recently I've been reading some of the Legend of Drizzt series, and Drow will fight within this darkness even though they cannot see, just to confuse and surprise their opponents. So this is where my tip comes in. Drow, like the Drow Elite Warrior, have trained for years, and some may become accustomed to fighting while blind. And considering they are most like fighters, class variety-wise, I suggest to give these specialized fighters the blind fighting style. Quote, blind fighting. You have blind sight within a range of 10 feet. Within that range, you can effectively see anything that isn't behind total cover, even if you're blinded or in darkness. Moreover, you can see an invisible creature within that range unless the target successfully hides from you. End quote. This means that any of these fighters with blind fighting would be able to cast darkness, jump into the sphere of darkness with their opponents, and fight with an advantage. The characters, being blinded, have disadvantage on attack rolls, and attack rolls against them have advantage. And considering the Drow have blind fighting and a blind sight range, they would not be subjected to the same conditions because they're not considered blind or unable to see as the condition describes. And even more so than that, if the Drow move around in between attacks or after their attacks and moving around stealthily enough, a character with a low enough passive perception might attack where the Drow had already attacked from, even though the Drow's not there anymore, meaning they would just miss entirely. Unless, of course, the player was to work it out that they can hold their action until the Drow attacks them and then attack that position, which regardless, they'd still be attacking with disadvantage. Of course, not every Drow should have this ability. Maybe 1 in every 10 elite warriors would be this skilled, probably even less than that. But this is the one single tip that can make fighting a group of Drow much deadlier to the party. Now, darkness is concentration, but if the players can't hit the Drow, it can last for up to 10 minutes. But that's it. If you're running an Underdark campaign or quest and the players are finding Drow too easy and you don't want to jump up to far more advanced stat blocks or larger raiding parties, just give 1 or 2 of the Drow within that group blind fighting, or if you're really evil, give them all blind fighting. I don't recommend this. It will probably destroy the encounter. And that is it. If you liked this tip, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more D&D content. I make videos on lore, converting old stats to 5th edition, and upgrading some 5e monsters, kind of like I did today, but sometimes I go much more in detail, depending on how much I feel the monsters need to be upgraded. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!